It's Friday, November 14th. I'm Ian Fox, joined as always by my best friends Joe and Brett. We've got a lot to get into today because Raw is handing out John Cena Grand Slam championships like it's a clearance rack belt at Walmart because they're terrified of competing with AEW Blood and Guts. We've also got an interview with the Zack of All Trades. One of my good friends, Zach Levaye, joins us, talks wrestling, chaos, and what it's like to be in the building for John Cena's IC Championship win. And if that wasn't enough John Cena for you, we're naming names for the John Cena tournament that's coming up. Real names, people that exist and are totally real. And of course, the countdown is officially on. Ferg vs. Blueghost, 1 week, pick the push Royale, everything's on the line. Let's go. Going into Raw versus AEW to start it, Raw was going to have to put on something amazing that we haven't seen in a long time for it to even be close for me for this week's AEW. And I still don't know if there's enough. I mean, but like, they still brought it, you know?
I just wanted to do a quickie. I was curious to see how Raw or how AEW was going to go up against Cena getting trashed by trashed by Dom Mysterio, and I think that was a pretty good version of it. I'm not gonna lie. So far, I have to admit I'm on the side of Raw because I think that the women's match had kind of a slow start.
Interesting.
I doubt the night is gonna end this way.
But you're still pulling on Raw?
So far, it started off so hard.
So we'll start with the best part of Raw. The best part of Raw is the first 37 minutes is what I have here. The best 37 minutes of Raw was the beginning, the absolute beginning. And it was Triple H, calling Cena down, giving him his grace and actually talking up Cena, and then having Dom interrupt and scream at Triple H in Spanish. Fantastic. And then Cena and Dom putting on a 15-minute masterclass for a championship match. And then after the 15-minute masterclass, having Dom lose and Cena become a Grand Slam champion. Yeah, best part of Raw, hands down. Now, for the worst part of Raw, I think we can almost all agree. Oh, actually, now that I'm looking at my notes, there's two parts of Raw that are really bad.
I know one of them.
And it's really, really hard. I'm going to go with how much time got wasted, or how much of my time got wasted. So I'm going to say the Stephanie Vicaire versus Raquel Rodriguez.
Just that match?
The match and what happens after the match.
Okay, yeah.
Because, no one cares. I don't even want to,
That's what I was going to pick. Or, thinking of talking about.
I don't care about Nikki going heel.
I'd say that wasted multiple weeks, never mind the amount of time that segment took, because
yes,
it was so quick that it was, so obvious. But, I mean, it is what it is. I more popped when it happened because I was, laughing about it. But, I don't know, maybe that's the reason I like it. Because it was funny. It's of course.
Yeah, I, don't care. I just don't.
The worst part is definitely that whole match with Raquel Rodriguez and Stephanie. It also hurt my feelings because I'm a pretty big Stephanie Vicaire fan. I'm not gonna lie. It made me a little bit sad that she wasn't able to make that match good. That really means that Raquel Rodriguez is so bad that she can overcome how good Stephanie Vicaire is, in my opinion.
She's worse than Stephanie Vicaire is good.
Yeah, and
that's a shame, but I think you're right.
It hurts my feelings. It hurts my feelings. My favorite part was that 5 months ago, I called that the next women's tag team title change was going to occur, and it was going to go to the Kabuki Warriors, and I was right. And I'm glad I was able to shoehorn that in there because I'm the best damn detective / person ever. So 9-9.
Calm down, Andre Bauer.
So what I have for Raw is that I do think it was an above average Raw.
Oh yeah, it's fabulous.
The one thing that I keep getting stuck on though is that as much as I'm fine with Cena being the IC title or being the IC champion, I wasn't expecting the match, and that's fine too, but to give him the Grand Slam championship, feels like it lessens the whole title in itself, just because it was like he's on his way. We'll just put him in a match. Here you go. Here's the IC title. And like that part, I can't really get over with. Even though I enjoyed the match entirely, except the ending was weird. You can't roll through a frog splash. That's fucking weird to me. But whatever. He's Cena, and I get it. Whatever. Like I can get over that part. It's still weird, but that's what I keep getting stuck on. That they're just like it felt like as much as he's earned and deserved, and totally has done more than enough to be a Grand Slam champion. It felt weird that they were just kind of handing it to him.
To make him never seen 17. You don't feel like they handed him that one too?
Oh, the 17th? I do agree with that too. Maybe that's all the more why I feel this way, because they gave him that and this too on top of it. And I get like he's a superstar of superstars. So I don't really have any argument. Like he's put in enough work to definitely earn all of those stuff that he's getting. It just feels like on the way out, it's weird that they're just like, here you go.
Yeah, I think you already said it, but like, way to take the glory out of the name too. Because I feel, is it true that most of the other guys had kind of non-ultra superstar careers too?
Some of them for sure. And I mean, when you get all those titles, you're definitely a superstar. But it comes kind of more organically than the way that it's felt for me for Cena getting it. And I'm not saying it was bad. It just feels weird for me. I don't know. I'm still maybe even indifferent about it. But that kind of lessened Raw for me. That I knew that was going to be a challenge for Raw regardless. And I do think they brought it everything they could for it. And I don't know if I would have ever picked Raw anyway against a Blood and Guts.
I don't think that lessens the title in any way, shape, or form, and I don't think that they're just handing it to him. And I say it this way just for the fact that they wanted to plan this out so that he could get these last two during his final time of wrestling. Because when John Cena says he's done wrestling, he's done wrestling. He's not coming back. He's not stepping in foot in the ring. He's not really doing appearances because he's not going to do the wrestling thing anymore, because he's not going to get dragged around like Undertaker or Triple H, where it's like they're going to do a reunion match or a comeback match every 3 or 4 years, even though they say they're retiring.
I'll believe that when I see it. I do think there is something to that, and I do think he's going to take a very extended break, but I definitely believe that there will always be time for one more match. Whether that's like a year from now or 10 years from now, I still think that if Ric Flair can still wrestle just a few years ago, that Cena coming back eventually is not out of the question.
I don't see it.
You don't think he's gonna pull a Dwayne Johnson?
I hope not like that.
He's taken plenty of time away from wrestling before, and has always like he'll be like, yeah, I'll be back in a couple of years.
Yeah, I don't think that's it either. Like I think it might even be even more extended than that. I definitely don't think he gets dragged along like the Undertaker though. Like I agree with that as well.
I think you don't see him until he gets inducted again,
Maybe.
if he's not already inducted.
But if he gets inducted, I mean, he should go in immediately if that's even an option. But that just because, again, he definitely has earned that.
Oh my god. Oh my god, this is insane.
What the fuck? What the fuck?
It's Wednesday, guys. You guys,
What
it's
the fuck?
Wednesday. Oh my god.
He's still on fire. He's still
on
okay.
fire.
All right. He's as safe as he can be, not on fire right now.
Yep, he's good.
That bastard.
There was fire on his back.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Holy shit. Holy shit.
That means next week's going to be boring for AEW, right?
Compared to this, it has to be.
I don't want it to stop. Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
This
Yep.
was absolutely unreal. I am blown away by this whole day.
We knew it was good. I don't think we ever thought it could be that good, right?
I didn't think this whole episode could be this good.
For sure. And only 3 fucking matches. And all 3 of them bangers.
Yeah, and I would have said that one of them I didn't care about at all, and I still enjoyed it way more than I thought I would.
Bro, he went off the fucking top, dude, and there was explosions.
Yeah. Wooden tables explode when you send big people through them.
I mean, they call him Powerhouse Hobbs for a reason.
That's true. Maybe it was just his power escaping.
Yeah.
He ate too much, so he farted when he hit the ground.
And it just fucking exploded, dude. Is that it? Is that just
That's it.
just over? How do they hard cut to black like that? Give a man a moment. Oh my God.
I think out of this week between Raw and AEW, I think we're all on the same page, but I think it's impressive that both episodes are probably the most rewatchable shows. I know for sure since we've
The
been
year.
doing the podcast, but probably the year, maybe even longer, right?
Bro, Ian, you're gonna have to stop for a second. Like, I just came, bro. Like, I need a couple of minutes to myself, right? To like gather my thoughts.
That's fair. What we just watched was something that we will not see anything like that in a very long time.
We need to snuggle in the afterglow for at least 2 minutes.
It's a shame too because War Games will not be that. War Games will be extremely good, but I don't think it will be that.
No, it won't. I saw like what they're thinking for the teams. The women's one will be okay. Could not care about the men's one. There's nothing in the men's in like the men's war game match that makes me go, oh man, I can't wait to watch that.
Mark Briscoe had a chair fight with Wheeler Yuta on top of the cage.
Yep, that definitely happened. We just witnessed that. How do you feel about that?
It was like, it wasn't the most. I mean, I'm just going to be honest. I'm just going to talk from my heart, right? It wasn't the most technically incredible thing that I've ever seen in my entire life, right? But there is something that is magical and incredible and wonderful and just frankly epic about the framing of those two little dudes fighting with chairs on top of the cage.
This AEW was catered to me, is what it felt like. Like, this is the kind of wrestling I really enjoy watching, even though it's extremely violent. Safe violence, but violent.
Yeah, that's as safe as you can get with going through 2 flaming tables.
Yep.
I thought that's just how that spot went. You would light it on fire and then let it go out right as they went through it. I thought that's how it went. But now I've seen the flame licking off of Darby's back.
Yeah, that's not normal.
The other fire spot was with John Moxley in the body bag, and they burnt the body bag. So I'm like, okay, so when they do fire stuff,
Right.
they're just gonna put a plausible deniability barrier through it, and they're not actually gonna light themselves on fire. And then I saw that, and then I saw tonight with Darby, and he had to fucking stop, drop, and roll his way out of it.
Yeah, and he got patted down by some of the production crew.
That shit was fucking crazy, bro. That Darby spot was so stupid.
How
That
insane.
Darby spot.
Yeah, I even forgot that. There was just so much blood and gore and like just crazy shit to see everywhere.
I forgot all about the women's match after this. Like the women's
Yeah.
match was fucking crazy too, dude.
Dude, the women's match was so good, especially with the Shafir spot where she bashes the mirror explodes, and then she stomps her foot in the glass and mirror bits, and then stomps Mina.
Oh, that was so good. Mina Shafir is such a problem, dude.
As silly as it is, let's at least getting on recording. I vote AEW.
I vote AEW.
We talked about what we liked about Raw. Yeah, no, I don't think that can hold a
can't,
candle
right?
to AEW this week. I really don't. Don't get me wrong, it was real good. Raw did a great job this week, but like, how do you beat 3 pay-per-view quality matches on a Wednesday night?
100%. Absolutely.
So I came into I've got bits to say. Can I just keep saying bits? Dom Mysterio is like a spot monkey, but for bits and humor and stuff like that. And for that, I love the man. And his match with John Cena was fabulous. I really enjoyed it. But the entirety of that was upstaged by Harley with the Monet puppet that was actually aluminum knuckles. She just won. It was just like 2.5 seconds ruined that entire match for me.
It's funny.
It's like that clip alone beat Raw.
I think that's crazy, and it's still probably true. Like I said, I was still, I'm still being nitpicky on Raw. I don't think that's fair of me to always be so anti-Raw.
I'm not anti-Raw. I'm down for it.
I am, me personally, because I've definitely been trying to find loopholes, and like I said, like I'm not like the feeling of Cena just kind of getting it, even though he hasn't like organically earned it the way that it's still being super nitpicky, and I'm more just like I said, I'm being anti-Raw, and I don't know why.
No, you're not anti-Raw. We're all here and we're all watching the shows right next to you. We know what you're seeing. And who are you trying to posture for? What what audience member, just there's one, right? What audience member is like gonna judge you for picking AEW every week? We've got nobody to prove anything to except for ourselves. And it just
true.
keeps happening.
I just want to be fair, like across the board of being like, okay, Raw's giving me this, AEW's giving me that, and I consistently like AEW, but when we started the podcast, I really was more Raw than I was AEW, and I thought AEW was going to have to bring a lot for me to keep picking them.
They keep bringing a lot, dude.
Absolutely. Anyone that would consider themselves as a wrestling fan, if you watch 1 month of AEW, you will watch more than that. Like, I guarantee it, because you just enjoy what you see. Like, get time to understand the characters. I'm not saying the first episode is going to hook you, but once you start understanding who some of these people are and you like seeing what they're doing, it's going to be enough where you're like excited for Wednesdays.
Yeah. I mean, I'm more excited for Wednesdays because I get to watch it with you boys, but
Of
That's
course.
true. Yeah.
it's one of those things that, like, yeah, no, AEW puts on some really good wrestling.
It continues to impress.
It's where the best wrestle.
It's where the wrestlers work.
Yeah, it's where they actually work.
I feel like we can get pretty close to agreeing that the top level of AEW is at least as good or maybe even better than the top level of WWE.
I don't disagree with that. Yeah, they're legit. They can compete with each other.
Yeah, they're both the ladies of both of them. I think I would give it to AEW. Timeless Tony Storm is a goddess. She's unreal. She's just got the finger on the pulse. My comment is the low end of AEW worse than WWE? And I
Ooh,
think
okay.
that's easy to say yes, but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I would say WWE has a higher standard, where AEW, their worst is still like not as good as the WWE's worst.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can agree with that, I guess. I can agree with that statement.
WWE is worst, with the exception of Nia Jax here, because there's an exception to every rule, and I'm going to put that as the exception. Normally, the WWE, their lowest is not going to be as low as AEW's low could go. I think that's a fair statement. I think that's a fair point.
I guess that's probably because they just have access to a larger talent pool, right?
I think they're more tolerant of allowing people to make mistakes.
In
Because
AEW?
WWE, yes, WWE is more like very corporate. It has to be prim and proper and perfect, because this is going to be the first time, and they're like world wrestling entertainment.
And it's one of those, if you don't perform, you don't get another shot. Like,
Yeah.
or you fuck up, you don't get another shot unless you're Nia Jax, because
All right, I'm now here with a very, very, very special guest, a good friend of mine, Zack Levaye. Now, how'd you like that? Did I say that right?
You absolutely still remember how to say my name, Ian, and it's very much appreciated, because the amount of times I've got to like phonetically get that out, especially because it's, the French pronunciation. But man, you nailed it. I give you an old-fashioned shimmy for it, and I thank you for having me here today. I appreciate the time.
No, well, thank you so much for your time. It's awesome having you on, man. You've been all over the place lately doing big things. But for anyone who hasn't caught up in your action, how about you tell us a little bit about what you've been up to?
Yeah, so it's kind of crazy, and it does actually play to like how we met, how I got to where I am now, in the sense of, so obviously we met years ago, doing the promo battle leagues on TikTok,
Of
and
course.
that was, the fun it was during the pandemic. It kept me sharp from when I was learning how to do promos, and fast forward to a couple years ago and I do a promo. I cut one for a guy I sponsored on a local indie show out in North Shore, Massachusetts, like right off of, right near Salem, where all like the witch trial stuff happens. I cut this promo, and the promoter shouts out Todd Graham of the Proving Ground. He sees the promo, he reaches out to me, and he's like, "Dude, I wish I had seen that sooner. If you ever wanted a speaking role, like I would love to talk with you and make something happen." So one thing leads to another. I start doing some stuff for him off to the side. Some little projects or whatever, auditioning and like predictions for the shows, similar to what you guys do for the pay-per-views. And
Interesting.
ultimately over time, I get an offer while doing another podcast of, hey, how would you like to do commentary? I get the offer to do a 30-person Royal Rumble for their heavyweight championship. And that was like where it all starts. Like immediate trial by fire. Hey, just call 30 people. And then the next time you do it, it was supposed to be a pre show. And then it turned into the entire show because someone didn't show up. And it was the ultimate like, hey, sink or swim. You're either good at this or you're not.
That's
And
wild.
I guess whatever happened, I just crushed it. I aced the hole to the best of my ability. It went out to the races. Over the past year, have dropped the whole A+ moniker in favor of what is now known as the Zack of All Trades. I think
Okay.
it's a clever play on words. I think it's wicked fun, and it's really been representative of what I've become on the New England independent scene, which is literally what I've had people call me the Swiss Army knife. You know, I love doing commentary. It is my passion. It is what I wanted to do with my life since I could figure out what I wanted to do because I've always wanted to talk. As you can tell, I'm really good at it. And so one thing leads to another, and now I'm a commentator. But in the world of wrestling, you take whatever is given to you at any time. Something happens, something falls through, someone doesn't show up. So now I've donned the stripes as a referee. I have been handed a camera and told to record an entire show. I've been a backstage correspondent. I filled the rings and set up all the stuff for a show. Like, it's just about anything that you can get somebody to do that isn't actually wrestling, I will most
Yeah.
likely do.
Zack of All Trades fits that so perfectly, and I would say like you're almost the epitome of the best ability is availability. And I think credit to you because that's not easy at all, especially with that many different things you're trying to juggle at the same time too.
It is a lot of balance and all that, but you know, one thing that I'll always say is that once you find it and you find your groove, like there's nothing better than it. It gets hard, but that's what the challenge is what makes it fun at the same time.
Absolutely. I completely agree with that. Would you say you have an ultimate goal beyond just being in it for the love of the game?
I want my voice to be heard by the masses. I want to put my voice to things that mean something to me. So like what I'm doing now, it satisfies me creatively. It fulfills me in a sense that of just doing what I've always wanted to do. Obviously, I want to make it to the bigger promotions. Obviously, I want to have my voice on the top tier talents. But I understand that in the world of wrestling, nothing is instant gratification unless you're in the right place at the right time. And I'm proud of the fact that I've gotten a lot of those right place, right times to get as much as I have just in the past 8 months. As much as, you know, the dream is there to be on a Monday Night Raw. Hell, I was at the TD Garden this past Monday for Cena's last Monday Night Raw. And during the main event pre-show taping, there's an empty table. There's no commentator sitting there. Why is it not me? I will leave my bleacher rafter seat right now to call this match that nobody cares about. Who cares about Cruz del Toro and the LWO? Nobody but me, but I'll make it matter. God damn it, I can be entertaining.
Oh, I would definitely want to bring up that you were in the building for that Cena match. What did it feel like just being a part of that crowd and just watching all of that unfold? Like, were you ready going into the show for something like that?
So it's one of these things, right, where obviously there's all the wrestling bubble of all this stuff with Cena and the retirement and all that.
The rumors, right?
Yeah, the rumor mills. But at the end of the day, like it's hard not to, especially when you're in so many facets of wrestling. So like I'm coming into it and I didn't even like I wanted Cena to wrestle. There was every bit of me that's like, come on, you've got 4 dates left. Do it. Like, come on.
Last time in Boston.
Right. And but like I didn't sit here and like have any premonition that it would be Dominic. Like I'm sitting here like begging for a Carmelo Hayes. I want the Boston boy brawl in B Town. Like give it to me.
That would, yeah, I'd be down for that too.
But then the Dominic Mysterio thing happened, and like genuinely throw out all the Triple H stuff. Like 'cause even then, I could have given two shits. I was like, you know what? This is just cool. It's Triple H, and then Cena comes out, and then when Dominic's music hit, it felt real. Like wrestling felt like it was like an actual living, breathing machine again for like 8 seconds. And you know what? Even if it was just for those 8 seconds, that room did everything it needed to do. That first of all, it's the only way Dom would ever be able to get heat anymore. The dude can do no wrong even when he does wrong. But
Yeah.
to have that moment and then, the rest of the show was pretty good. Like, I'm not like, it was a good Raw. Like, and for shows that seem kind of very cookie cutter, like hard to like really sit through, like they got their shines, but there's a lot of things where you're like, damn, couldn't we just like maybe try something else? For the most part, that Raw like really felt like, again, they tried to give you a bunch. They're like, here, have 3 title fights, have a tournament, throw CM Punk in there with War Games hype, and the crowd loved it. I loved it. It
Absolutely.
was awesome. Like you can't ask for much more. Like they gave it to you on a platter. You eat it up. That's wrestling.
Being like, typically I would say I enjoy watching AEW more than Raw on a week to week basis. And I was going to say, compared to what would normally be a regular Raw, I think would have no chance against this blood and guts AEW. But now with Cena there and you being there, I think, would you agree that it's more important, or that you would enjoy watching that if you were going to rewatch something?
I feel like there is a sense of that because there's that story, that pageantry, where like I feel like if this was a different blood and guts that didn't like the Death Rider stuff, and with Darby, like it feels like how many more of these matches can they have before it's like either get the Death Riders on a new direction or get some new foil that doesn't just feel like a random Avengers assemble rather than an organic one. Like, if there's one thing that WWE and AEW seem to have in common, is that they book their War Games double cage match like exactly the same way. Here's our big bad group, and let's get 8 baby faces to all not like them at the same time.
Yeah, I
I
don't
am
think I
hyped
can
for the
dispute
women's
that.
blood and guts match. I will give it that. Because as much as that is the same formula, at least these ladies have been like wrestling every Dynamite, every pay-per-view pre-show they can get on in as many combinations as they can to like make this somewhat feel intense with the additions of the title feuds. Like, all right, it's a simmering pot. I mean, this doesn't actually really answer your question. On a week-to-week basis, though, I will sit here and say that I will watch a Raw. But
Yeah, that's fair.
at least they've got blood and guts to like you know what though? I have my own thoughts where I'm like, was blood and guts being this late as a way to like, okay, WWE screwed us over how many times? Let's put our war games before their war games.
Oh, for sure. I for sure think that that's something they're plotting. But I like, that's fine. Always, always fair in blood and guts.
Yeah, and I've been to a blood and guts. So like, and it's one of those things where again, like when you're in there, like the same thing for Cena. It's just cool as shit. But now when you say that in a rewatch capacity, yeah, I may go back and watch Cena's because honestly, that match between Cena and Dom was so well wrestled. And you can sit here and say that it's the most palette John Cena match, but Dom took that palette and freaking reworked it like Van Gogh. Van Gogh Guerrero over here. I've
like
never
that.
seen a match have 3 double downs, but Dominic found a way to do that. And anybody can complain, but John Cena said it from the jump. I am invincible. You will lose. So anything else can be thrown out the window. Like, it was just cool as hell.
I guess let's wrap things up. Zach, what's next for you? Any shows, events, or projects you've been excited about?
I've got such a loaded. I mean, my November's been loaded. This has been my media week from hell. I've been on podcast galore, and I'm very grateful to have been here with you to end it off.
Yeah, I really appreciate your time.
Yeah, but man, I'm doing some fun stuff this weekend. I'm gonna be in New Bedford, Massachusetts, donning my very glamorous rainbow stripes for Cabo Wrestle. It's one of the most unique wrestling experiences you can ever get. It's got drag, burlesque, live music, comedy, improv, and pro wrestling all mashed into one big thing. It's super fun. Like you can't get anything else like it. The following Saturday on the 22nd, I've got probably one of the biggest shows that I'm going to work all year being Focus Pro Wrestling, Mo Money, Mo Problems 3 out in Braintree, Massachusetts. going to feature a dog collar match in our main event. We're crowning our first ever women's champion in a ladder match. We have a relaxed rules hardcore match featuring deathmatch icon JB Anderson. All that and more going down out in Boston, Massachusetts. I've also got my home promotion, The Proving Ground, December the 6th. We have our biggest show capping off our year, Nothing Left to Prove. You're not going to want to miss that. That's out in Peabody, Massachusetts at the Knights of Columbus. Tickets are all available at provinggroundstore.com. Focus Pros over on Eventbrite, as well as that Capital Wrestle show. And I mean, anything else I'm doing, you can find me all over social media at Levier, the Zach Levier, the Zach Levier. I mean, I'm all over it. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, you name it. I'm putting my face, I'm putting my voice on it because that's what I do. I'm here to entertain you. And I'm so grateful for Ian to let me have this platform to continue to do what we do, and that's entertain and that's bring positive experiences to the world.
Thank you so much for your time. Thank you for hanging out with us. Thank you for giving us a peek behind the curtain too. Keep doing what you're doing. You know, can't wait to see what you do even more, and can't wait to see where you go. Again, thank you so much. We'll see you next time.
Heck yeah, man. NGT for life.
All right. Whoop. The only other thing I got to talk about is just to update the Cena tournament. Rusev beat Damian Priest, so Rusev moves on to the next round. Sheamus beat Nakamura, so he goes on. We know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 other competitors. We have 10 that have been announced. 2 are mysteries on top of that 10, so that's 12.
Yeah.
There's 6 people that we don't know. So I like speculating on top of going over, like, I mean, I don't really give a shit about the matches, but I am excited to see Javon Evans do anything. So that's where I'm at. I don't have any specific, like, who the mystery opponents could be. Let me start with people that I definitely don't think will happen, but would be cool. We got and Mr. Iguana would be fantastic. He's not on the list, though. Did not make the list. I hope he does make the list. But the ones that stick out are Edge and Jericho, just because of contract reasons, right?
Yes. Yep. Both of those could be are possibilities for this.
The next on the list are guys that I think are possible, but I'm not nearly as excited for, with Nick Namath being one of them. Joe Hendry. Vikingo came up, so I think that would actually be kind of interesting. Oba Femi, for sure, would be cool, right? And possible.
Yeah, considering he just came back on NXT.
Is he the guy that's channeling M'Baku from Black Panther?
Yes.
Okay.
That is definitely what it feels like. He's very good, and I would not be disappointed, but I don't think he makes like the next step of my list. The only other one in that category I have is Jeff Hardy, because he could pop up anytime and everybody would be excited to see him, right?
Yeah, facts.
As far as the people that I think could definitely be in it, the one that I'll say first, and this is the one that I think is the least likely, is Brock Lesnar. Just because he doesn't like showing up for a lot, and he would have to wrestle like 3 or 4 matches. So I don't see that as a possibility, but it would still seems more likely than the other guys.
He's too busy taking care of his farm.
As far as like other definitive ones, like Randy Orton, for sure, he's going to be in the tournament, right? I don't think that's a dispute. Like, he's going to show up.
Yeah.
There could be plenty of other ones, but that one's I have like definite. I think Ricky Saints is another one that's definite just because NXT champion, but that kind of fits into the Oba thing too. I could see one or the other. Probably not both.
One or the other, not both.
The next guy that I think is completely possible is Matt Cardona. I think he's going to show up in the tournament. Yep. I don't know if he'll be one of the mystery guys or the other ones. The next 2 are the ones I'm most excited about because I think R-Truth is a legitimate, like, where's he been? I don't think he's injured. He makes sense to go pretty far in the tournament, to be completely honest.
Yep, I like that.
For story reasons, I feel like an R-Truth John Cena final match would be really good.
Give me like a 20-minute banger between the 2.
That would be, yeah, and it would make sense and it would be perfect because he like earned the shot too. But the one that I'm most excited for, and I don't know how logistic it is, just for injury sakes, is Kevin Owens.
Yep. So on November 7th, Owens posted a short video of him running drills at the training facility.
Okay.
This is the first time Owens has been seen performing high-impact activities since being sidelined.
All right. Wait, I still need sources. As much as I still want to like it, I still have to be picky, and I need to know that website or whatever source you're getting it.
Newsweek.
I'll take that. That seems pretty legit to me.
And Owens posted the short video to his X account.
And it's from him himself? Okay. That alone, I feel like that's as high as I can possibly be of him being at least a mystery opponent or one of the other 2 matches that is going to come.
He has a chance.
But ultimately, I do still think he gets stomped out by Gunther. Gunther's going to win the whole thing.
I feel like he's really not rushing it, so he might be back for 2026.
If he's not coming back for 2026, I expect a Rumble return. But if he even considers coming back as December as a possibility, I still think him showing up in the tournament is a possibility.
I don't see December. With this being his first time back, he's still probably got another 4 to 5 months because you have to realize he went neck fusion surgery. That's what he's coming back from.
It's legit, but if he's doing high impacts after that too, I mean, I know like game day and being in the ring with a live crowd is a lot different. I understand that, but that makes me hopeful. And as far as the most likely mystery opponents could be, he's number 1 on my list.
No, he's not number 1 on my list. But
who do you have for number 1?
For mystery opponents?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's going to be you have either obviously Jericho or Edge, just cause.
Right. But as far as likely people, I'm saying.
Likely people, Cardona, Nemeth.
Right. I mean, it's there, but that's at the top of your list.
It's WWE.
So that's who you think is at the top of your list, but is still under the category that we'd give as very likely.
Absolutely. Because for the sole reason that like it's WWE and they're trying to hype up, I feel like something more than it is, and then they're just going to be like I said, here's Matt Cardona or Nick Nemeth.
Yeah, I fully expect that.
No fucking shade at them. It's just like they're trying to make it be like we're gonna have Edge and it'll be Edge versus Jericho in the second round, or like you know what I mean? Like that's what their WD wants you to like speculate, and then they're just gonna be like, it's Matt Cardona and Nick Nemeth.
Do you think they're also under the category of it's one or the other? Do you think that both of them to pop up is still just as likely?
Nah, one or the other. Same idea.
That's fair. I agree with that too.
And if it's not one of them, it's Jeff Hardy.
Jeff Hardy would be cool. Yeah, I agree with all that. Whoop. And that's going to wrap up this week's John Cena episode of Pick the Push. Next week is the week. The PTP Royale opens right after SmackDown, and then AEW Full Gear hits us the very next day with Ferg vs. Blueghost for the Pick the Push Championship. One of them is going to make history, and the other is going to make excuses in Discord. We're also bringing in a brand new guest for the first time ever on the show. Can't wait to talk to them. If you're not already in the Discord, now is the time. We'll be talking picks, predictions, probably arguing about who Cena will probably and should face next on his way out. We'll see you next week. Get ready. It's almost Royale time.
Pick the push. Call it sharp, call it clean. Pick the push. No half steps, no in between. Pick the push. No luck, no hush. Only legends survive when you pick the push. Boards light, hearts race, crowd reacts. Every pick swings, no room for slacks. Bluff fails quick, mistakes break fast. Every choice lands, nothing's left to chance. Climb the ranks, feel the surge, hit it hard, no room to purge. Eyes locked, focus tight, every swing counts in the fight. Predicted the twist, caught us all flat. No way you had that. Pick it right, own the night. Pick it wrong, still stand your fight. Every call cracks, every swing crushed. Step in the ring, pick the push. Push, push. I learned pick the push. Call the plays on the night. Push. Make it land, hold it tight.
Imagine you check on Briscoe. It's like, look, here's the problem. He has a fork lodged in him. But who could have done that?
Yeah, they go to check on Briscoe, and he's got like 6 forks stuck in his back.
There's an X-ray, and it's just like a fork in his rectum.
Somebody has replaced every bone in his body with forks.
He's fucking Wolverine with forks.